What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Battlehawks Show featuring yours truly, Jordan, and everything there is STL Sports. Let's get into week 10, shall we? Week 10 of the UFL, the final week. The season has ended. It has come to an end. Your St. Louis Battlehawks end up number one in the power rankings and number one in the whole league, I guess. Power rankings, if you're number one at the end of the season, must means you're number one. You take down DC, which was a backup players game, basically. All the backups were playing. Sorry about that. Like I was saying, it was a backup game, meaning both teams basically had backups in the whole game. Now, I'm just saying, if it comes down to it, man, if Max isn't, I know Max is our number one, but if Max isn't getting it done, Silvers does not look bad. He does. Silvers does not look bad at all. He can sling the ball, and he loves throwing to Hakeem. He really does. There was a 45-minute rain delay in DC. It was a slide fest. Looked like they were playing on slip and slides. So it wasn't the game we were hoping to get. It started to get better after the field drained. But after the 45-minute rain delay, the game continued, obviously, and it was sloppy for a while. It really was. DC got a safety, the first safety in the I believe in the league. There were multiple muff snaps, because of the rain, and we had a center that has never played before, so that's interesting. That was interesting to see. Pearson decided to take his gloves off and started catching the ball. That was interesting. You see guys, they look weird. It just looks weird without their gloves on. You see like just all arm and then their hands. It just doesn't look like a football player, you know. But they were doing a lot better. We'll go over stats here in a little bit. And we can officially say, I don't know when it became official or how long it's been like this. I should know. I'm the Battlehawk guy. But we are the number one rushing offense in the league. You can say, yeah, your quarterback rushes the ball a lot. Yeah, I get it. But we also have the number two rusher in the league in Sayers. And Duggan's not, I mean, he is far behind him, but he's done a big portion of it. And, yeah, we've looked good on the ground. And we need to continue that this weekend, Sunday at 5 in the Battle Dome. Playoff game against DC. Of course, this will be the third time we'll see him this season. Pardon me. This will be the third time we would see him this season. We saw him week 3, and we saw him week 10. They played us here week 3. We played them there in week 10. Now they play us here. And we officially can say we have clinched home field advantage with that win. If we would have lost, all that really would have meant is that we have to wear a different color jersey. Because no matter what, we weren't going to play in DC because they have scheduling issues with their soccer field. And DC, your beer snake looked a little weak. What's going on there? I know we don't have no cool beer snake, okay? Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. If we had a beer snake, it would probably murder your it would probably murder your beer snake. For one, we have triple the amount of fans in our dome than you've seen all season. And St. Louis, I don't know if you know, but they have the Anheuser-Busch Brewery downtown, and St. Louis drinks beer. Like, if we did this goofy beer snake just to show you up one game, but see, we don't get cups. We get the tall boys. We don't get the okay, granted, draft is better. Don't get me wrong. Draft is better. But when we talk about consuming more, we get the tall boys. Now, if we were to somehow put those into tall boy cups, our beer snake would probably go up a couple levels in the dome. But we're not going to be building no snakes out of cups. We're going to be chopping snakes' heads off somehow. We're going to figure it out how to do it, how to bring them in the dome. Not real snakes. I don't want PETA coming after us. But they weren't going to be real snakes. But yeah, your beer snakes will be chopped. Now, hopefully, we didn't see any of their offense this game. Now, they have been playing pretty good this season. They've led this league all year, really. Right there with us. But they're a good team. This is going to be our toughest game because this game we didn't see any of their starters. When we saw all their starters in week 3, they got us. But we also had a major injury, and we went through a new quarterback who was getting his first game jitters out of the way. Yeah, Duggan. What would we look like with Manny still here, with Wilkins still in the spot? Would we be more comfortable with our passing game? Probably. Now, Max can chuck the ball. He's not super accurate. And he's got a long windup, which is a little bit of a problem. Maybe he'll work on that. I don't know. Will this give him a shot back in the NFL? I don't know. I don't know. I believe he's a decently high draft pick, I think. 2nd or 3rd, 4th round, maybe. I mean, that's not high, but I guess for a quarterback not going in the 1st round, I mean, that's, I guess that's good. But you got to give a guy a shot, especially when he has wheels like he does. And the NFL is all about dual threat quarterbacks a lot. A good amount of teams have those. A lot of college guys coming up are dual threats. Anyway, something we got to watch out for. They're going to have a strong run game, and they do have a strong run game. Not as strong as ours. We have the number 1 rushing team in the league. But Jordan Ta'amu is pretty good. He's pretty good too. He can pass the ball, man. That's our defense are going to have to be on their toes. You blow coverage, you might be looking at a score for them or a high a big yardage play or something crucial, big first down or something when we need the ball or whatever. But we just need to pack the dome. We need to show up, be loud, obnoxious, everything in the bag we got. Tailgate's going to be heavy. We're going to be down there partying, getting wild like we always do before the game, greeting the players before they come, when they show up on their buses, basically. We won the game 13-8 in a rain delay, sloppy second string game. Now, majority of our wide receivers played. Butler didn't play the whole game. We need him healthy as can be. We saw what it was like without him the first couple weeks. And then when he came back in the game, he had 3 catches for 2 touchdowns and like 175 yards. What does that tell you? He can catch the ball downfield, throw it up to him. He's a big man. Like I said, final score was 13-8. It was 13-2 at halftime. It just ugly game, dude. Ugly game, muff punts, everybody falling down everywhere, fumbling the ball. Just I mean, it was kind of fun to watch. But yeah. Let's get into some stats from this week, shall we? All right, let's go over passing. Brandon Silver, 6 for 8. 6 for 8. That tells you one of two things. Either we ran the ball a lot or our offense wasn't on the field a lot. But we ran the ball a lot. Anyway, Brandon Silver's 6 for 8, 105 yards, 116% completion or QBR rating, 75% completion percentage, 6 for 8, not bad. Like I said, the dude can pass. Man, the dude can pass. Mike Dialeo was their quarterback, 18 for 26 for 142 yards, 1 touchdown. Excuse me. QBR rating of 95.4, completion percentage of 69.2. Rushing. Howard just looks good, man. We have a double-headed monster with Sayers and Howard, man. And then we got Duggan to also run. I mean, it's huge. That's why we're the number 1 rushing offense in the league, is because we can run the ball and we know how. Our offensive line may not know how to pass protect the greatest, but we can sure run block. Howard, 19 for 88, 1 touchdown. He had a long run of 23, averaged 4.6 yards a carry, 19 carries. He ran it a lot. Kayvon Ladulus, 10 for 59. Silvers was 2 for -1. We had 31 rushing attempts for 146 yards on the ground and 1 touchdown. Their quarterback was their leading rusher, 10 for 60. He had an 18-yard long rush, 6 yards average per rush. Abram Smith, which I believe is one of their starters, he was 11 for 43. Deion Jackson, 2 for 3. They had 25 attempts for 106 yards. Receiving, Hakeem Butler had 1 catch for 38 yards. I believe that was the first pass of the game. Then we didn't see him again. 1 catch for 38 yards. He had 1 target. Jake Jackson, ex-quarterback, who threw a touchdown to Hakeem Butler in week 5. He had 2 catches for 32 yards. Ja'Cour Pearson, 2 for 32. And then Kayvon, 1 for 1. So we had 6 catches for 105 yards. Their leading receiver, Seth Williams, 4 for 41 and a touchdown, caught their only touchdown of the game. Ben Brihana, 2 for 25. Javon Antonio, 2 for 24. And then everybody else had 2 catches or less for under 15 yards. They had 18 receptions for 142 yards through the air. Obviously, they were playing from behind, so they were throwing the ball more, and they had 1 touchdown through the air. Not a lot of offenses. What we were thinking about this coming into the game, for real, but it is what it is. We had 3 sacks, no interceptions, 3 tackles for losses, 1 forced fumble and 1 fumble recovery. Of course, we had a sack by Mike Rose. He had a half sack. Kyler Bow, he had a sack. Chris Garrett had a sack. Austin Foley had a half sack. Beautiful, man. Just beautiful. Willie Harvey played a great game, of course. He's one of our starters. He played a lot. Let's see. And then they had 1 sack, no interceptions, no forced fumbles, yada, yada. Well, they did have a forced fumble. I don't know why they're not counting it now that I remember. Unless they don't count it on like a kickoff, but I don't think it was on a kick. I mean, it might have been. I'm not sure. Rodrigo Blankenship went 2 for 2, 100% long of 36. Matt McCrane missed both of his field goals, which was, I don't know if that's their kicker or not, but geez, what are you doing? Kick returns, we had 2 kick returns. They had 3 kick returns, 85 yards for them, which 3 kick returns on 85 yards. That's pretty good. It's averaging 28.3 yards a carry. And they had a long run of 41. Punting, we punted 3 times for 136 yards. He averaged 45 yards a punt. He had a 56-yarder. He had 1 inside the 20. They punted 4 times for 162 yards. He averaged 40 yards a punt. He had a 47-yarder and one inside the 20. Yeah. Sorry, that sounded a little boring. Your St. Louis Battlehawks finished the season with a franchise record 8-2, 4-2 in the division. DC Defenders finished 6-4, 4-2 in the division. But we clinched the home field with this one with the tiebreaker because we also finished with the overall better record. We did all of our scoring in the first half, nothing in the second half. They got 2 points in the first and 6 points in the fourth. We got a touchdown and 2 field goals in the first and second. Yeah. Now, let's go over a little bit of some audio from Postgame. From your head coach, Anthony Beck. He had a couple things to say. He also had a couple of things he wanted to say to St. Louis as well. But here is our and your head coach, Anthony Beck, courtesy of St. Louis Battlehawks and courtesy of the XFL Battlehawks. And at New Era Cap, we have courtesy from in the locker room after the game.
Hey, now it's time to go. It's time to go. All right, it's showtime. All right, we worked this whole entire year. All right, we finished the regular season. Best record we've had here. It's a tribute to you guys, man. I appreciate your effort. I know it was hard today. You guys are pushing through. We didn't have a lot of bodies, man. You guys had to step in. You guys played great as a team today. That's what all counts. I'm glad that you were able to get out there. All right, now we got to come together. Whatever we got to do extra, take care of our bodies, do our things, okay? This is it, man. Here we go. Here we go, man, all right? It's time. All right, take care of yourself. We're off for 2 days. We got to lift and run on Monday, and we're working on Tuesday, okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go, boys. That was Anthony Beck, courtesy of St. Louis Battlehawks and the UFL. Also, we have Anthony Beck,
Fans in the UFL,
who wants to give St. Louis a message about this whole season that just happened and for the playoffs that are coming up. This is Anthony Beck, courtesy of the St. Louis Battlehawks and the XFL Battlehawks New Era Cap. I hate this. Come on.
St. Louis, you guys have been the best fans in the UFL, not this year, not last year. For the last 3 seasons, I've been the head coach of this football team, and we greatly appreciate that, and so do our players. But this is the time. It's playoff time. This is the time we have to raise the bar. This is the time we have to really stand out and show everybody, as we've earned home field advantage through the playoffs, to really let the nation know what St. Louis fans are all about. I'm asking you guys to show up. I'm asking you guys to bring a friend. I'm asking you guys, if you haven't tried out one of our games, now's the time to do it for the playoffs. We play on Sunday, June the 8th at 5 p.m., and I can't wait to walk out of that tunnel and see each and every one of you guys loud and proud and ready to help push this team over the top. We need every single one of you guys. Click the link. They're everywhere. Get your tickets. Give it a chance and be as loud and as exciting as you can, because we need you.
That's right. You do need us. We're the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, 16th, and 17th man. Even though you can't have all those guys on there. But we're there. We are there. Where else are we at? 7, 8, 9. So you have the USFL Conference Championship, Panthers versus Stallions. Stallions are home field advantage. That is June 8th at 3 p.m. And then, of course, you have the XFL Conference Championship Defenders and Battlehawks. Battlehawks home, June 8th at 6 p.m. So we will be watching that in the parking lot. Yeah. League standings, St. Louis finished on top 7-2, Birmingham 7-3, Michigan 6-4, DC 6-4, Arlington 5-5, Houston 5-5, Memphis 2-8, and San Antonio 1-9. We had some all UFL offensive players named. On offense, we had our guard Steve Gonzalez and center Mike Panatsky and Jacob Sailors. They all made the all UFL team offense, all UFL team defense, of course. linebacker, of course, Willie Harvey. And number 7, outside linebacker, rusher, Pinta Tapupinu. I can't say it. He was basically like the lead leaders in sacks. Let's see. Special teams. Rodrigo, of course, going for like 20 for 21 on the season. And our long snapper, Alex Matheson. He made it also for special teams. And our sportsman nominee for our sportsman of the year goes to Travis Feeney, our linebacker. He did a lot on and off the field for St. Louis, which I highly respect for him. So shout out to him for doing all those good things. On top of that, that's basically all I have. We got the conference championship on Sunday at 5 o'clock, like your coach, Anthony Beck, has told us. Make sure you're there. Bring a friend. Bring your mother. Bring your father. Bring your grandpa. Hell, bring your kids. Whatever. All right? Now, that's all for tonight's post game. All right? Breakdown. If you enjoyed the analyst, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notifications. Again, thanks for watching the Battlehawks Show. And always, and we got 2 more games, and they're automatically set in St. Louis, all right? They're automatically set. We just got to win this next game. We win this next game, anything's possible. We're in the championship. We're putting 40,000 in that dome. Until next week, after the XFL Conference Championship. My name is Jordan, and Ka-Kaw's the law. See ya!